Roy, what day of the week is this?
It's Wednesday.
Okay. Tracy, I am rolling.
Okay, Mr.
Okay.
Baker. Well, why don't you just tell me a little bit about Kirby Smith and what you do here?
Okay. Kirby Smith is a construction equipment distributorship. We sell, rent, and service all different types of construction equipment from cranes to the dirt industry.
Okay, and so Komatsu is you know, one of the main things you
Yes,
have here
yes.
in brands. And tell me how the interns at OSU, the process of selecting them, and why are they beneficial to your shop?
Okay. Well, in the selection process, we first identify young folks that would like to be heavy equipment technicians, and we can recruit those from high schools, from other vocational type trade schools.
What is
It's the
that?
chicken dance. Okay.
Who's,
It was a phone. I think.
somebody's phone going off?
Yeah, do we need to?
That would have.
Yeah, I'll close the door.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it's done to me.
Yeah, we should. That would have definitely
Yeah.
been behind your. Who was the chef from France yesterday that was?
Oh, what's his name?
Renee?
Not Renee, but
He's from Switzerland.
Oh, yeah.
the other one. Oh, he's very loud.
Uh-huh.
He was
carrying on.
talking about
Yeah.
deboning turkeys. They boned turkeys yesterday, and we actually shot a little segment that's going to be on Channel 8 with a chef stuffing a turkey leg. It was really good. It was great. He said we could eat it, but I wanted to see what you-
He said we could eat it, and then next time I turn around, it was gone. Roy, I'm gonna put this light right where you're standing.
Okay.
I don't like the way it is. It's kind of coming right down on my monitor, so I can't tell how. what
And
the line is.
we'll just basically, you know, maybe 4 or 5 questions. And then
Sure.
we don't really- And then we'll really like to get you out, walking around. And
Okay.
show us around.
Good.
Get a tour. I'd like to get some exteriors also afterward.
Okay. You could also put a wireless on, and we can just talk.
Talk while we're walking, yeah.
Okay.
Much better. No
Okay.
break. Tracy, I am rolling.
Okay. Let's just revisit real fast
Okay.
the selection process of your interns.
Mhm. Well, the first thing we would do is to identify a young person that would like to.
Very still.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so talk about selecting your interns.
Okay, yes. And selecting an intern, we would first identify a young person that would like to enter this industry and be a heavy equipment technician. And you can typically do that from trade schools, things like the FFA conventions, and other vocational schools.
But one of the best is obviously OSU Okmulgee, and you have a 12-year, talk about your history with using their interns.
Yes, the Komatsu program has been in effect about 12 years with OSU, and they've turned out lots of excellent technicians.
And you say, you know, a ballpark number is 50?
Just for Kirby Smith, yes, about 50 technicians, and today the vast majority of the technicians that we have came through the OSU program.
So not only did they get the experience here, but then they actually got a good job after.
Yes, yes. In fact, I think out of the probably 50 that have gone through the class, all but one were hired immediately upon graduation.
That's really great. I think
Mhm.
that people would want to know that. And just talk about what opportunities here at Kirby Smith are offered for the interns that come through.
Opportunities for them? Well, first of all, they'd have a job when they graduated, and lots of typical benefits. Everything from the insurance to we pay for their uniforms and boot allowance and all that. But during the program, we actually buy them about a $2,000 Snap-on toolbox that they can use during the program. And then if they stay with us for 2 years after they graduate, they get to keep that toolbox.
That's great. Now talk about being, as an intern comes through to work for the block of time, they're hooked up with a mentor maybe, and what kind of a daily, like their work schedules, what's like, and what do they get to do, just talk about whatever they're learning, they get to practice on.
Sure. Well, they actually attend classes at OSU for about 7.5 weeks. And at the end of that 7.5 weeks, they come to the distributorship, and we actually put them with a senior technician. And they get an opportunity to apply the skills that they have learned at OSU, and they're with a senior tech, so they can also learn from him that 7.5 weeks that he works for us.
Now, when we go out there and look around, what are there's service going on, you guys, the students participate in actually fixing the heavy equipment that needs to be fixed, and just kind of give an overview of the different things they work on.
Okay. Well, we have a complete line of construction equipment, anything that we'd use in this industry. And the student could be making repairs to something that's broken. He could be prepping a machine that's ready to go back out on rent, or he could be getting a new machine ready for sale. The pre-delivery process, installing the cabs and the buckets and things of that nature.
Okay, that's good. Can you, just a kind of a nice comment about the quality of the technicians that come through that program at OSU, and that's probably why the partnership's been successful all this time. Talk about, they're getting such a great education out there that they're prepared when they come here.
Well, the quality of the student coming out of the OSU Okmulgee program is excellent. They learn the diagnostic skills there that the average technician does not have. They have all of the very latest diagnostic equipment from Komatsu. They have the current machines there, and they have very qualified instructors. So when they come to us, they have those skills that will certainly help them in their career. And in many cases, within a year or so, they're ready to go to a field truck.
Okay, that's good. I think, can you talk about, I like the idea of the accountability of the daily journal and the report at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of talk about that they have to do that? And so that's why the communication.
Yes, and in addition to filling out their normal time like any technician would, they have to keep a daily journal as part of their program, and they turn that back into their instructor at OSU when they return. But at the end of the 7.5 weeks, they have to write a report, and that report can be 6, 7, 8 pages, and it would describe what they have learned, what they've been able to work on, and what benefit they have just received from that 7.5 weeks internship.
Good. Okay, now this is just kind of a fun little question, but
Yeah.
I was talking to some of the students out there, and they all talk about they loved bulldozers when they were little toys, and they loved
Right.
putting things together. They like fixing things, tinkering, good with their hands. Can you kind of just, what do you think are maybe 3 qualities somebody needs to become a good heavy equipment technician?
Well, they need to have an interest, and they need to have some mechanical ability, and they need communication skills. So with those 3 things, we can make a good technician from them.
Okay, can you think of any more?
Well, let's see,
Probably like to make is within our program, we give them credit for a year toward their pickup. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Okay. One of the benefits that we have for our technicians at Kirby Smith is that if you're here for 5 years, have good evaluations, and in part of our training guild, we give the technician a new pickup to take home for him and his spouse for personal use. And we pay for the insurance, and we'll replace it every 3 years. But the folks that go to the OSU program, we give them 1 year credit toward that 5 years for just coming out of the OSU program.
so it takes 4 years.
So it only takes 4 years then.
That's really great.
Cool.
That's
That's really
really
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, we might just ask about, with the, especially concern about the economy and job security, what is the career potential and the potential for getting jobs in this industry for
Oh, yeah.
years
Okay.
down the line?
Okay.
Times are hard out there, but I guess this Komatsu I know is experiencing, growth now.
Yes.
And how is this industry?
Well, there's an extreme shortage of heavy equipment technicians in the United States. So the potential for a lifelong career is fantastic. We need technicians in just about every state in the U.S.
Oh, that's really good. That's great.
You had to go get the key and get one against the fence. I was gonna bring a new one in.
All right. Let me tell you when I'm rolling.
All right.
Roy, you might want to be back out of the shot. Okay, and you know, you might just look at the camera and say, we're going to talk to this person, and but come up a little bit closer, David. Okay, that's good. And you kind of lean out to him. That way I'll pick him up off your mic. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we have Jason, who is a graduate from the OSU program. He's one of our top technicians, and he'll show you a little bit about the monitor panel and the sophisticated electronics on some of the Komatsu equipment. Jason, could you kind of turn it on and show how the thing displays?
Okay. This is a PC 300-8 machine. It has a instrument panel that has self-diagnostics as well as maintenance intervals that the customer can check. These are the maintenance intervals. When the machine has been serviced, the customer can go in and change and select the intervals when it had been changed. There is a time before the machine is due for service. It will inform the operator that the machine needs serviced. Okay, this machine is also equipped with a camera for the rear view. On selective -8 machines have this camera, and it's to help the operator with visibility. And this machine is this machine also has ComTrax, and this ComTrax unit, say if there is a fault in the machine, the ComTrax will connect to a satellite, and the satellite will contact Kirby Smith and Komatsu and kind of give a technician a heads up of what the problem could be before the service call is made. Along with the ComTrax, the fault code will show up as a E series code or a mechanical fault code. And anyhow, the monitor panel has several different functions. It's got a clock adjustment mode. You also have your auto decel for fuel consumption. You have this scale over here for economy mode. It's for a fuel. It kind of helps save fuel on the machine. The operator can tell if he's in the green, he's consuming less fuel. Gets on up in the yellow, he's consuming more fuel operating the machine. Also have user adjustments. We've got screen adjustments, language adjustments. These are all features that the operator can adjust. And with a special code, the technician can do all self-diagnostics on the machine without additional to a laptop or any other source. And the monitor panel is connected to the ECM controller, and it communicates with the controller. So anytime the machine is operating, a technician can pull up and monitor hydraulic pressures, engine temperatures, oil pressure temperatures. Anything he may need will be on this monitor panel.
Good.
So,
okay, now start back at the camera. You were talking about the rear view camera. And
okay.
And walk through the features again. This time I'll be zoomed in on it.
Okay.
So I can actually see them. So start off the camera and then go to the camera.
Okay. Okay.
And now I'm rolling. Go ahead.
Okay. These -8 machines have a optional camera, so the operator can view behind him, and that's selected here on the monitor panel. And there's a camera on the back of the counterweight, gives an aerial view of the surroundings around him. And the user codes, there's a option over here that the operator can use as user codes. There's a user message that when the machine needs serviced, the user message will come up and tell the operator it needs serviced and attention. The user message also is for ComTrax. Komatsu or Kirby Smith can send a message to the operator and tell the operator certain things, kind of like a text message. The screen adjustment. There's a screen adjustment. You can adjust the screen itself, brightness, contrast, the backlight. You can change it to how bright or how cloudy the day may be, just as you do a television. And camera screen adjustment as well. You can adjust the back camera screen, the contrast, the backlight. And of course the clock adjustments. Operator can use different time zones, 24-hour daylight savings time, do everything he needs to on the monitor panel. Language, if the machine is needs to be adjusted for language, it has all of them: Japanese, Chinese, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and anything you can think of.
You talked about operating in the green, or whether you're operating efficiently or not.
Yeah, the economy mode adjustment. The economy mode adjustment, it's Komatsu uses a green leaf. When you're lower in the green scale, when you're operating this machine, you're getting better fuel economy out of the machine, and when it's operated over in the heavier mode, you have less fuel economy, more cost to operate the machine, but you have higher pressures and higher lift capabilities. Let's go back to that scale. Yeah, this scale, that's the scale. Economy mode, further down when it's operating. When you're really getting heavy digging operations, it'll move on up into the orange.
Okay, and then the last thing is, I want you to look like you're looking down at that thing, and then just kind of turn back to me and kind of summarize, like, how much technology is there and how it's important to know all that technology to be a good technician. So hold on a second. Okay, I'm rolling.
Okay, this monitor panel is, let me try to think, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me think of something.
Start with the word so. Okay. So this is it, and I'm glad it's...
Essential. It's a very useful troubleshooting tool. Okay.
Okay, just be looking at it and then look right back into the camera.
Okay. This is the PC300-8 monitor panel. It's a very vital part of troubleshooting of any Komatsu equipment. There's so many different features that it can do. The Comtrax data links, the ease of use of the monitor panel, and there's no external laptop or any diagnostic equipment needs to be into this machine. It's all self-diagnostic.
Just kind of walk, you might say, we might start.
This is our Tulsa, Oklahoma shop, and an area where we do the maintenance on the equipment. The first bay here, we just do. Yes, this is our Tulsa, Oklahoma shop, and the first bay is where we would typically do just the general maintenance of the equipment. And this area we have a dresser 510 or an M510 for the military, and we have a contract that we're actually rebuilding these. It's a total reset, putting them back into combat ready condition. A typical intern could work on this, although this is the old technology. We do take them down to the frame and put them back in good condition. This is an area where we would be rebuilding, in this case, a Komatsu backhoe. And it could be from just general maintenance to an engine or a transmission. whatever it takes to put it back in good running condition. Okay, I don't know what else that what would you like? Okay,
And,
you gonna tell us when to come out? Okay. Boy, we're so cramped here, you know.
That's a good job you had, that's what you did, and that's your tool.
that way, out of
Okay.
the way. Just come around and kind of look around, like you're checking out stuff. Walk around there and you turn right and you keep walking. And don't look at the camera.
Turn right by the,
Right through the,
After the excavator.
yeah.
okay.
You ready?
Let's go. All right, looks like we're rebuilding an air compressor here. They got the undercarriage out from under it, and Ingersoll Rand roller. And I guess here's where they're doing a free delivery on a new machine. And yeah, it looks like they're bringing one in there, a loader to work on. And I don't know, I'm assuming he's wanting us to come over this direction. Yeah, and watch, don't fall over the grease gun there. And, looks like this one's going to be about ready. And this one, yeah, doing a complete rebuild on this one. That one, you know, we've been turning these things out as little as 2 weeks. They'll take them all the way to the frame and put them back ready to go.
I would think that sometimes getting the parts would be a problem, but I guess if you know what's coming in, you kind of know what you got to do.
That's true. That's true. You know, one of the neat things they do is every time they take out, they use a telephone wire.
Okay.
You know, the big telephone wire with all the multicolors in it.
Right.
And they'll mark all of the hoses so they can tell where they go. Yeah, how to put them back.
Works great that way.
Yeah.
Do some of that myself. Just trucks and the airlines on them.
Yeah.
So it works good, the old fellow.
You know, these loaders, some of them are 20, 25 years old. And when they go back out, they look like they're new.
Brand new.
And they're shipping them all over the world.
Yeah.
We've got 2 that are leaving next week for Germany. And several have gone to Iraq.
It's neat that they're built to be
What's the name?
You got to get it logged in. It's you have a digital certificate that it has to look for.
It's yellow now, I wonder what happened. Oh, all right, let's put it
Right.
I didn't put it on hold after our white balance. Okay, I'm rolling.
Okay. We actually looked at the monitor panel on one of the excavators in our shop. And one of the things that the monitor panel does in conjunction with the Comtrax unit will actually throw a lot of information through the Comtrax unit back to the customer and or the distributor. And we can see things such as where the machine is, and as you can see here on the right part of the screen, that particular machine is located in Texas. You can bring this unit up, look at it closer, bring the map down to within just a 1/10 of a mile or less. Gives you latitude and longitude and the working status. Show you the fuel in the tank and the water temperature on that particular date. Lots of other information that you can gather from this. It keeps a historical record of the working hours. And as you can see here, it was the load graph. You can tell how hard the machine's working. In this particular case, 40% of the time it's been working very, very light. Only about 4 or 5% of the time has the machine been working at its full potential. You can look at the monthly location record, and you can tell where the machine has been, latitude and longitude. The monthly hour meter record, and they will tell you how many hours per day that it has actually worked. Computer's a little bit slow, it'll come up here in a second. There's the graph, and you can show this happened to be for the month of November. If you want to go back and look at the month of December, or a month of October, you can see how many hours it worked each day, and it leaves a permanent record.
That's probably good, really.
Wait, can you just describe, and this is just for your voice, just kind of like our interview we did. What is the Comtrax is just a general, like a definition, just say what it is. And
Okay. Comtrax is the name that Komatsu has tied to their satellite tracking system that goes on all of the new Komatsu equipment, anything with a Tier 3 engine. And that's most of everything that's been produced in the last 2 or 3 years. And it comes on the machine, it's built into the price, and the first 5 years of monitoring is free to the customer. So the customer gets a username and a password so he can see this on a daily basis. It will also provide fault codes if something were to go wrong with the machine, and those codes can be sent to a computer, to an email address. You can look at them online, or in some cases you can actually have it sent to a customer's cell phone. When we actually send a technician to make repairs, many times we know what to take with us. And this particular screen, it gives you the working record, it looks like for the month of October, and as you can see at the end of each day what the fuel level was, the water temperature, and then you can actually see the hours that it worked. This one went to work about 7, and looks like he quit about 3:30. You can also see this on an annual record. If the machine is stolen by chance, you have the ability to go in and actually prevent the machine from starting once it's turned off. So you can locate the machine. One of the big features is the maintenance. It will actually keep track of the oil changes. It will tell you when the changes were done, when they're due, how many hours are on the current oil and filters. So that's the screen that you have there.
Could you just back up and do that again?
Yeah. Like plug this in or?
Plug it in where? Where's it plugged in?
Oh, just connecting the air hose. You just want me to walk over there again?
Yeah, just wait just a second. Let us get set up and then we won't.
Okay.
So you still got to hook the hose up here?
Yeah, just one second. Move or anything, so
Okay.
we'll talk a little bit.
I got it.
Rolling. And tell me your first name and your last name.
First name's Tim, last name Fox.
Okay, is it F-O-X?
Yes.
It's okay, Tim Fox.
Yes.
And just tell me a little bit about, you're in the Komatsu program at OSU.
Yes, ma'am.
He's got a spot on his cheek, and I don't know if that's
Oh, yeah.
a birthmark or...
No, it's a little
It's
bit
probably
of
grease.
oil. Here,
I can wipe it off.
I'm rolling.
Okay.
That's great. Look like $1
Tim
million
Fox.
bucks.
All right. Okay, now, so you go to OSU Smallview.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, now, what drew you to that program?
Oh, I was just, I just wanted a better life for my family, and thought that would be the way to go. So that's why I did it.
So you thought that you'd get a good job?
Yes, ma'am.
What's it been like, how long have you been in the program?
I've been in there about a year now, and it's been fun, a lot of fun.
Do you like the both aspects of being able to go into school and the internship part? Kind of talk about, how they play off each other.
Well, when we go to school, we learn about stuff that we're going to be doing on our next internship, which is good. That gives us a pretty good idea of what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be facing on our internship.
Can you talk about some of the equipment you have to work on out there?
We work on, I've worked on the dozers, the D65s, and PDI'd them, and worked on the backhoes and wheel loaders and stuff like that, and doing A services and stuff like that. And generally, right now I'm helping Roe with a military loader, which is pretty fun. I mean, we're stripping it completely down and putting it back together to the frame, and that's been a lot of fun. A lot of challenges, but it's a lot of fun. So
How has this internship experience been for you right here?
it's been pretty good. Actually, it's been real good. Actually, everybody around here is pretty good, and it's just a real good place to work. Everybody's real nice, and they understand what's going on and all that good stuff, and they're pretty lenient about what we do and give us a little leeway.
So you got about another year.
I've got about 8 months left, and then I will be done.
what do you want to do? What kind of job would be a really great job for you?
Working right here. I mean, this is a pretty good place to work. So, and you know, they do a lot of stuff for us as interns and stuff and like that. And it's just a really good place to work.
And you know, you mentioned your family and you're thinking about the future and everything. And you know, just talk about how it's been a good program for you, that you think it's, you know, taught you a lot and that you're looking forward to moving on.
Oh yeah, it's I didn't know any of this stuff before I come in here, but now that I've been doing it for a little while, I know a little bit more than what I did before I come in, and it's going to be just going from there. I'm going to progress from there to, you know, on to bigger and better things, hopefully.
And so, like, talk about the variety of things that you've been working on here.
Like I said, I've worked on some of the rollers there and worked on the military loader there. Worked on the Komatsu machines, and I've went out in the field a couple of times with a couple of the field techs, which has been a pretty good experience, you know. I've just worked on pretty much just everything that they've got here.
So it's not really boring ever.
No, it's never a dull moment around here. So, you know, it's a lot of fun, and you're always doing something different every day.
I asked about how his mentors have helped him here.
Yeah. Did you have a certain, like a mentor guy that helps you, like tells you what to do?
Yeah. Right now I'm working with Ro. He's pretty smart, and he helps me out a lot. And generally, just everybody around here, really, you kind of just work with everybody. So I mean, you're not constantly just with one person. So you're getting a little bit of knowledge from each person, which is good. So.
Did you always kind of like taking when you were little, or what drew you to heavy vehicles?
Just like them. I mean, they're just fun to be around, fun to work on. You know, it's kind of like you look at them like, wow. And ever since I've been in the program, it's like before I never noticed that stuff out on the road, but like when you watching movies and stuff like that, and oh, look at that! I work on stuff like that. And it's like, wow, that's pretty neat.
Cool. That's great.
Your bike, the battery.
Okay. Did you get the last part?
No, I had a lot of cracks on it. Let me just pull the mic and get up close.
Okay. So I want you to say that last part was so great.
Okay.
What you just said. I think our batteries went out.
Okay.
You can go ahead and still talk to me. Think about what to say. So just describe, like, I mean, what about like first time you drove one, or I mean, just kind of talk about.
The first time I drove one of these, I was like pretty scared to death, because I mean, it's the first time I've ever been in a machine like that. It's like, oh my gosh, I mean, you got all these controls there, and you're like trying to figure out which one does which, and I mean, you know, it's just real intimidating at first. But now it's, you know, it's just like second nature to me, you know. It's like jumping in my car and taking on going down the road.
Good. I think we got to tell them what to do and make sure they're doing it.
We're gonna have to take you out here and turn this around, with this here be going down to our train platform. Oh, rats, bro. Hang on, let me get, where'd you do the impact? Still be in there. Three-quarters? No, it's 11/16. 11/16.
I was afraid I was going to do this.
You got it?
Yeah.
Get you something, tap it. Try and turn one of them in like yours. Got one more here. Yeah, turn it and take your head. One of each. Whatever you need, stick them right there. It didn't look like it.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why.
Raise it up, let me look at it. Alright, there we go. It ain't at all, baby. head that hurts if I put bolts in that thing. I hate to stand here and just look like a dummy. We got a bolt that. Give me that one down there.
That's good. Okay, good audio.
Okay, spell your first name and last name for me.
BustinsoUth.
Okay, what's your last name?
South.
Okay, South. Okay, and I want to talk about you're in your internship now. How long have you been in the Komatsu program?
About a year.
A year. Okay.
Yes.
Last day is 10.
Yes.
Okay. Talk about what made you choose that program and go there.
My dad is the shop foreman down here at APAC. He does a lot of business with Kirby, and just really all I've ever been around. So that's kind of what I was interested in.
Why do you like it so much? Why do you like bulldozers and big things like this?
It's just something different. And not sitting inside all day, so.
It's pretty fun to drive one of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
like, kind of like little, you should play with bulldozers when you're little and kind of put things together.
Yeah.
You like fixing things.
yes.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me.
Go ahead.
So, kind of talk about that.
I worked on a ranch for about 4 years going through high school, and I was mechanic for them and worked on all their tractors and stuff. So, I mean, Dad's always had side jobs at the house and working on stuff for him.
So you think you'll get go to the Komatsu program? You think you'll get a good job?
Oh yeah. Going through OSU Okmulgee Komatsu program, I mean, you can go pretty much wherever you want when you get done.
Where do you want to go?
I'll probably stay right here.
And kind of talk about you go to school for a little while, and then you come to the internship and actually get to work and like make money. And kind of talk about how those are different, but they're both,
We go to class for 8 weeks, and depending on what semester it is, depends on what you learn at school, of course. But when you come on internship, you're dealing with everything. So you're on internship for 8 weeks, and you're just doing whatever they tell you to.
What's the best things you've been able to do here? Like, what did you really get into working on?
I've had several pretty big jobs. Actually, right now I'm pulling the engine out of that backhoe and rebuilding it.
And what are you doing today? You're going to check. What are we?
Just an A service on a rental machine. When they come back in from rental, we just check and clean the air filters and check the oil, grease the machine. Since it's starting to get cold, we'll winterize, check the antifreeze and the batteries and stuff.
Good. And do you have you hooked up with a guy here that kind of tells you what to do, or how does that
right now I'm pretty well working by myself. If I have a question, I can always go ask one of the other guys in the shop, and they're always more than glad to help. So.
You like working here?
Yeah, it's a pretty good environment to work in. Real laid back, and everybody's pretty easy to deal with. So.
Good. Okay. Well then, why don't you just you can do some work on the battery? Are you going to clean the thing? Okay. Well, we'll shoot you doing that.
All right.
Where is he doing that?
At the back.
In the back of this machine?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll get you to open that.
Can you get those out one more time, then I'll follow you around. Okay, one more time. I'm sorry, you walked on the other side, the wrong side.